Hello, Scott. Got your carburetors that you sent to me, and this may be an uphill battle in terms of getting these things to work right. I haven't even put them on my test engine yet. I wanted to run over a few things. First of all, I found it interesting that these are plated gold. These are an early set of carburetors. They would have originally come silver, and somebody's been in here, of course. They've sleeved the body, and looks like they put the old butterflies back in, which is interesting. Let's see. So in terms of these are real early. You can tell by the design back here, which there's no reinforcing. The later style carburetors came with an extra. This is an early style as well. Then the next version had these reinforcements here, and then finally the latest version had these reinforcing Bostons right here. So these are a real early set of carburetors. Another way you can tell is the method of closing the second barrel is just screw right here with the jam nut underneath here, and you're supposed to be able to adjust these things on the engine to get the right amount of drag between the first barrel and the second barrel. And of course you can't do that with this thing up against the cylinder head, and you can't access your jam nut there. Ridiculous. I don't know who invented that, but anyway, whoever rebuilt these carburetors should have updated it to system where, let's see, where is it here? See if I've got one to show you. Okay, here's a used one, and this is what you should be updated to, which is a jam nut here and this threaded screw right here, which allows you to adjust this drag, the action between these two butterflies while this is on the car, because that the action between those two of them will adjust, will change as you're adjusting the carburetors. All right, let's see, the other thing I noticed was it looks like this choke is not working 100% right. It drags. It should be obviously closing all the way, and it's not. So it's got issues we got to deal with. And this lever was bent probably in transit, not a big deal. Biggest issue that I can see immediately. Let's check while we're here. Check the pre-atomizers is what these are called. And this one here, interestingly enough, why does this one look oblong? This one is round. If you can see it down in there or not. Okay, that one is round. And this one is oblong. So what we're going to do is we're going to check to make sure this thing's even secured. So what you do, you stick your finger in here. It's hard to do on camera. Okay, you stick your finger in here into this. Let me get my headlight on so you can see. All right. So what we're doing is we're going to look down inside here and put our finger on this pre-atomizer, and this is a mechanical seal right here, down here. Let's get it screwed right now. Okay, this is a mechanical seal right here, and this jam nut forces this pre-atomizer to seal up against here, and this is a direct path right into the flow bowl. So if this thing leaks, you got fuel coming out in the low pressure area and being sucked into the engine in an unmetered way, just raw fuel, not coming out through the hole like it's supposed to. Anyway, and so these are just a mechanical seal right there, which means you got to smash this pre-atomizer into the body of the carburetor, and you can check this, make sure it's in good shape, or it's sealing it fixed properly by just putting your finger in there and wiggling on it. Over here, this one wiggles. See if you can see that on camera. This is so hard to do. Now, can you see that? Get my fingers out of the way. See how that thing moves? So that means it's going to leak fuel right here. Now then, the other issue you're going to have is with the sealing of the butterfly to the body. It's critical on both of them. No, not so much here because the first barrel is going to be cracked open slightly for idle. Critical on the second barrel because you've got to seal up this butterfly completely so that the engine idles only on the first barrel. If you're sucking fuel through here, you're going to be leaning out the mixture, and then what you want to do is you want to come in here and open up the idle mixture screw, which is not what is supposed to be done. The carburetors are this is supposed to be completely closed, and the car just idle on the first barrel, and the idle mixture screw here is the one that you adjust for proper running. So if this butterfly is leaking air, then you have to start adjusting here. Next thing you know, your idle goes up and you're just not, the carburetors are not operating as they're supposed to. So what we need to do is I'm going to turn off this light, and I'm going to shine a light from behind, and we're going to see what kind of sealing we have between the butterfly and the body of the carburetor. Alright, you see that light around the butterfly? That means that thing is not going to hold air, and it's going to leak, and you're going to have improper running. Give you an idea what it's supposed to be like. Here's one that's been machined. You can see better this way. Here's our light, and you just barely see a little smidge of light coming around there. That's what they're supposed to seal up and look like. So you've got air leaking through here, and means your carburetor is not going to be adjustable at all to speak of. Let's see what else. Let's try the first carburetor. Same thing, first carburetor. Now, I'm getting in a better position. These are heavy. Okay. And there's our light coming around there all over the place. So again, this one's not going to seal up for very well. Let's check for, alright, well that one's, this guy right here, this pre-atomizer is just all over the place. Fuel leak right there. Now let's check the first barrel. Oh man, you're never going to get these things to work right. This one's all over the place. Now we got to see if these will tighten up and hold fuel. So that's a big issue right there that you're dealing with. No wonder you couldn't get them to work right. Now then, let's pull off a float bowl cover. See what we got to do within here. So I would suggest, very least, we got to take these apart and update this linkage right here, and fix the pre-atomizers, and then see if the carburetors will run halfway decently. I mean, I know they will run, but how well they run is going to depend on how much air is leaking through the second barrel butterfly. Sorry this is taking so long, but I thought I'd do this in real time. Give you an idea what it... All right, so one thing we're going to do is we're going to check our float level. What we want is we're going to use this as our reference right here, the top of this circle. What I like to do is scrape along the hard surface. Let's do that again. Okay, so now you can see a little bit better. See this ring right here? That ring right there. What we want is we're going to measure our... I gotta get my glasses on. Okay, so we're measuring the fuel level. Why is this thing not focusing? Is there something wrong with the camera? It's not focusing? Anyway, our flow level is supposed to be 39 to 40 millimeters. I'll just check it here myself. Right on the money, so someone knew how to set the float level, so that's good. All right, now we're going to see if we got any accelerator pump action. We'll do that with some proprietary fluid I have mixed up here to check accelerator discharge action. It's not pure marble mystery oil. Okay, let's see. Now let's look inside here, see what we got in the way of accelerator pump action. If we get anything here. Why do we not have any? This just doesn't make sense here so far. All right, well, what we should be doing is losing fluid of our float bowl. Accelerator pump is not working. We get some discharge. Okay, now we're starting to get something. Okay. It's hard to see. Okay, that one's working. Excellent. So let's check the other one. Wait a minute. What the hell? Pour this fluid back out. Somebody put a big old slit down in here. This is I tell you, I don't understand that. There's absolutely no reason for that to be in there, slit down inside like that. That is morally and ethically and mechanically wrong. So, anyway, we're going to check accelerator pump function here. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing to pump. So first of all, we're going to get this thing primed and see if the level in the float bowl goes down. Then we'll see what kind of squirting we got. Okay, we're just now getting some action. You see the fuel level, fuel level decreasing now. Let's look through the barrel and see what we got in the way of action here. It's hard to do to look through the camera and okay, got good action. Need to move the discharge nozzle a little bit so we get the jet stream of fuel going down the center of the carburetor, not off to one side. Maybe that's the other one. Other than that, it seems like they're doing pretty well. Let's see which gaskets were being used down here. We got the black aftermarket gaskets, which are not the best, I don't believe. I would put in some rubber, some factory red gaskets. They're expensive, but they do an excellent job. So I'd recommend doing that. See if we can improve the accelerator pump action. Also, I would put in a new check valve down the bottom of the float bowl. These things are notorious, especially since these are originals. I'll put in some new ones down here. Hard to get this on camera. Damn. So anyway, that's the check valve down there. Okay, so I think there's some things I can do that will improve the carburetor function, but you're still going to have the issue of the worn out butterflies. And this doesn't make any sense to me. Why they put all this work into sleeving it and then sticking the old butterflies. But and you mentioned about the these little pinprick marks. They just raise the surface to try to help allow the thick black gaskets, rubber gaskets, to grip, because these things have been known to pull in on the sides under hard acceleration, and then they will stick the throttle in the open position. I've never had this happen with factory gaskets, only with the aftermarket. So that's not an issue in terms of the carburetors. All right, I'll get to work, see if I can improve these a little bit for you.